Day 6 of Junk Journal January, and the prompt is page as object. And instead of just decorating a page, I kind of turned it into luggage. A tiny, adorable vintage luggage, and honestly, these turned out really cute. So for this one, I went with a travel theme because page as object felt like the perfect excuse to create something dimensional, something that looks like it could be picked up and carried off on an adventure. I made these little suitcases using Tim Holtz's Idea-ology matchboxes. I cut them in half and then I painted each one a different color and then started turning them into miniature travel pieces. I added straps to the front of each box, and I also made tiny little handles, which honestly took them from cute to ridiculously cute. I ended up making 4 of these, and they were very small and detailed to work with, so the suitcases took me the most time to make for sure. So these are the little handles. I used some wire, jewelry wire, and just poked little holes in the tops of the suitcases and kind of shoved the wire in there and glued it to make sure it stayed still. And then I used the ribbon or whatever you want to call it, the felt pieces from that I used the straps for, and I just glued a little piece on the top for the handle. This picture is what I was using for my inspiration for the suitcases, and I also printed off tiny vintage style travel stickers like representing trips from all around the world, and I carefully cut each one out and then gently glued them onto the suitcases. This part took most of the time, but it was also my favorite because watching them come together was just so satisfying. So here I'm just flipping through some of my books, with different travel themed papers in them. and tearing them out. And like I said before, I kind of like to gather things together and put them around me so that I can see everything that I need around me, and it also helps to inspire me. So a lot of the graphics that I'm using is from the Traveler Bundle collection from the Graphics Fairy. It's, of course, one of my favorite sites to print off printables for different scrapbooking and junk journaling. I always talk about them, but here I am just cutting everything out, and then I'm going to go ahead and trim these pages here and glue them right on to the page that I'm going to use. And this was kind of fun, just kind of like wanted to do the travel along with me kind of a little route. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out and figure out where I want to put that. So this edge here was kind of hanging over a little bit, and I didn't want to trim it. I figured, oh, I'll just leave it, and I'll just throw some ribbon on there to kind of spruce it up a little bit and make it look more vintage and elegant, I guess you could say. So the rest of it is just, you know, kind of laying things out, seeing where I wanted to put things. I like doing it this way, obviously, because once you glue it down, it's stuck, right? So this way I can go ahead and you know, put things where I want, and then go ahead and glue it down after the fact, after I move everything around 500 times. You know, because it takes a lot, and I printed off a lot, so there's a lot of extra things in here that I don't even use. And of course I have to stamp the number 6 on here so I know what day's what, because I'm not putting them in order in my book, but I want to make sure I can keep track of which ones I've done. So I really love how this theme, this pages turned out. I think the objects are the page, and the page tells a story about movement, adventure, and a little nostalgia. And I wanted to know if you're participating in Junk Journal January. Let me know in the comments. And I hope this inspires you to think beyond something flat and play with some dimension. And if you're not participating in Junk Journal January, consider that your sign to start hoarding tiny boxes immediately. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this project, be sure to like, subscribe, and craft along with me. I'll see you in the next one. This is Jeannie with Makers Unify. Have a DIY day.